sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the ATL. Once the terminus of the Western and Atlantic Railroad, where the sound of that train horn can still be heard inside the magnificent Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Atlanta Falcons. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys are in the midst of a great run, only one loss in their last 10 games. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And able to get this out to the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
And he is hot, hot, hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw one interception in the last game.
Yeah, but 5 touchdown passes.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
You are tough, Coach. I thought the ratio was if you got to 3-1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5-1.
And a win.
And a win. Yeah, just let him keep throwing it.
Quick throw there is incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's third down. You look at this Bears defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January. They've got to improve in this area.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down. Again, it's Johnson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Richardson. His throw incomplete. Not the warmest starts throwing the football. He was 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 on the opening drive.
So getting him comfortable is the key. And for him, it might be different than what we think is comfortable. We're probably thinking swing passes, easy checkdowns. Some guys, they're better off throwing it downfield. That's what really loosens them up.
Richardson looking to throw this. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw, it's Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Bears at 12-2 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
At the 27-yard line.
They'll run. Here's the rookie out of Clemson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
3rd and 12.
Here's Williams. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
Oh, and that is incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Throwing is Williams. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt.
In punt formation.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be Falcon football. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Rock on,
They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
A beautiful fake. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down.
That's another Falcons first down. 1st and 10.
In motion comes the tight end left. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready? Ready?
Up the middle, Johnson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Richardson to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. The Bears offense and Rome Odunze is set to take over once more. And he's been a consistent force offensively all season, currently ranked amongst the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
At the 50-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Williams. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Kyle Pitts returns to the field along with the rest of this offense for the upcoming series. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. From the gun, it's Walker. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's good for a Bears 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Mooney. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
At the 21-yard line.
Looking to throw is Williams. This is caught. Touchdown. Rashee Rice. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Santos for the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So that drive, 4 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Well, the Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Richardson working from the gun. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Trayvon Walker. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
50-yard line.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He finds his target low. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
Caught by number 10. A 14-yard gain. It's 4th down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Williams looking to do it himself. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
To the air, Williams. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First down. A gain of 15. And the Bears first down.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And down inside the 15 he goes. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Chicago.
Again, it's Walker. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
What is up?
Up the middle they go. Mooney. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
Falcons 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Atlanta now coming out on the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
And a hard tackle there as he'll go down after a gain of about 5.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Penix. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 48 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And looking to throw, Penix. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 17 at the Bears' 17-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll throw with Penix. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Penix. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
But the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw, Williams. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. On play action, here's Williams. Now he's going to step up and run. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw now on first down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Williams from the gun, he'll throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all. Williams now. A final shot before break. He's going to try and go deep again. And this one is incomplete.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
That's good for a Bears first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Looking to throw. Williams setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Williams from the gun on third down. He'll get this into the hands of Adunze. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On the counter, it's Walker. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Troy Anderson, the man on the tackle. This is 2nd and 8.
At the 39-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, Chicago. Kenneth Walker with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small, manageable spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. To the air, Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. So the completion results there in 9 yards. 3rd and 7 now. Now Penix. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Walker. Shrugs him off. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
This is a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To throw, it's Williams. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Walker. And it doesn't matter who carries it, apparently, as they'll drop him behind the line as well. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They'll try and run, Walker. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Ken Walker with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Bears take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Santos with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Escapes the defender. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st.
A gain of 7.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try for the first with Walker. A strong run. Walker hitting the ball is out. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. To the right side, this is Walker. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at their 48-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That's good for a Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Straight ahead, Walker. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And 10 at the Falcons' 42-yard line.
They'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
47-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now a handoff up the middle. Mooney. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Carlos Santos for the Bears field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Shifts by him. And he returns this to the 22. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one.
Come on, set.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number they've been forced in this runaway contest.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Ready?
Richardson looking to throw this. That is caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. This caught by Royal. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Operating from the gun, Penix. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Kyle Pitts, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
17.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, and it's a fumble. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered, they still have an opportunity.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
And the Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now 2nd and 5.
Number 16. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Penix.
32-yard line.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Falcons, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
That's a gain of 8.
As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle.
It's a gain of 8. And the Falcons, 1st down.
They'll throw with Penix. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Michael Penix, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Well, this was a very close ball game at half.